behind the scenes with future country rock blues kings and queens. Discover them first with Palm Bash TV. Palm Bash TV.
Well, hello there. It's Paul Mash TV time again. Thank you so much for joining us. We have another wonderful interview coming up for you in just a moment. But don't forget about that subscribe button and bell below you there, and you'll always be notified of any new episodes. And leave a comment on the comment section if you'd like. And pay attention to the description and the closing credits at the end of the show, because we'll have content info for you, so we hope you will stay tuned for that. From Bakersfield, California today, we have Deedra Patrick, another awesome artist. I think you're going to agree. And we'll get to that in a second, but first here's the Caden Gordon Show. And don't go away, we'll be right back right after this.
It is Caden from the Caden Gordon Show, today's best country mix. Check out my show at thecadengordonshow.com.
Okay, we're back, and with us from Bakersfield, California, we have Deedra Patrick with us today. Thanks for joining us, Deedra.
Hi, it's nice to be here.
Yeah. We've been planning this for quite a while, I think, and I'm glad that you made it here. Well, tell everybody your story about how you started. I mean, everyone's got their own story on how they got started in the music business, so let's hear yours.
Well, I've always wanted to be a singer. As a singer, like that's a thing I think you know if you can do it or not, but when you're little, right? So I've always sang, and I would see singers in church, and so I loved that. We had a piano around the house, and I really could just read music. It was weird. Like I had an ability to just read music and understand what the coda was, and a lot of that came from church, though, reading while they were doing stuff, and I'd be like, oh, they did that again, right? And you figure out sheet music. But I really had a natural talent for that. And then after high school, I went to college on an art scholarship and met some guys actually that I'd gone to high school with. And we put a band together and started playing around Bakersfield. And that kind of just took off. And from there, I just really honed in on that. I've been doing it since I was 17. Playing all around California, and traveled the United States and moved to LA and, pursued the all original thing as well. But it's my whole life. So it's what I do for a living. So I've just always known that's what I was going to do.
Well, that's great. You're doing good at what you do, and I hope you're around for a long, long time. And,
Thank you. I have been.
So, who were your influences when you grew up? I mean, I'm sure some of the country legends come to mind, but maybe why don't you let us know some of them?
Well, country legends would have been probably first Anne Murray. And it's funny because the very first concert I ever saw was her with the Gatlin brothers. And I saw that you just interviewed one of his like second cousin or something from, that was a fun interview. And so the first concert I ever saw was the Gatlin brothers with Anne Murray. And I was like 13. And that's when I really, really knew that's what I wanted to do, because I saw a woman up there with a deep voice. She was alto, so she wasn't doing any crazy stuff. And then I fell in love with Crystal Gayle for the same reason. She had a very deep, beautiful voice. And but then I became, at about 9 or something, I wanted to become a songwriter. I mean, just songs started popping in my head. And so I became more influenced and obsessed with songwriters. So like Carole King, and different songwriters. And then in the 80s was more like Eurythmics and all these singers with these alto, deep sort of voices, and songwriters. So I've always been really influenced by the form of writing songs and studying that, and the studying other songwriters. So as far as bands, though, like for me, Boston, Aerosmith, I got that rock influence, and really moved away from country at about 17 or 18, because I got in a rock band doing top 40 rock songs until I moved to LA. And then that was a hard rock band. And now I write songs, and I didn't know what genre they were. And I've put them out to the world, and they've said it's country. So I'm like, well, that's interesting, because I grew up completely absorbed with country music. And when you're a songwriter and a singer-songwriter, I think, and you're just creating, it's interesting because I didn't create something to be a thing. I create it and put it out there, and then the world comes back and says, well, it's kind of bluesy, rock, and country.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, those are a lot of great bands, and the one you're thinking of is Don Gatlin. Yeah, he was the Gatlin brothers' cousin, and like you said, that was a really great interview, and I loved a lot of those other ones you mentioned, like Crystal Gale and all of them. You know, they were really awesome. Anne Murray, and I can definitely see a lot of that in your sound.
Thank you.
So, where can we find your music? I mean, I'm sure it's on all streaming platforms, but maybe you can tell us about your official sites and social media sites as well.
Okay. Well, my music can be found at Deedra Patrick Music. And that's Deedra Patrick Music. And that will take you to Facebook page, Instagram, and TikTok. And then you can find all of my music anywhere. If you just type in Deedra Patrick in Google, it'll take you whatever your favorite platform is. So whether it's YouTube or, Spotify or Apple Music, it's all under the same name. And so you can find all of that music there.
Okay, well, go to DeedraPatrickMusic.com and check her out also on all those social media and streaming platforms. I know she would love you for that. And we got this song coming up in just a second. It's called Shoulder the Cry-On. It's kind of a sad song, I think, and it's probably self-explanatory too. But tell us a little bit about this song. We'd love to hear it.
It is a little bit of a sad song. So in choosing to put this on today was because it's October, and October is Domestic Violence Awareness Month in the United States. And I wrote this song about domestic violence. I didn't intend to write it about domestic violence, but I wrote it about my experience growing up as a child with my mom and my stepfather in that sort of environment. And so I hope that if a child hears this song, or a woman, they can feel empowered by the song and the message of it, and and just the victory of overcoming that.
Okay. Well, I love this song. And,
thank you. I co-wrote this song with Craig Garrison. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
No, that's okay. Yeah, it is a great song, like I said. And I know you all are going to love this song. And we're going to get to that in just a second. But Deedra, I want to thank you so much for coming on the show today. We'd love to have you back again sometime.
Thank you so much. It was my honor to be here.
Oh, well, I appreciate that. Anyway, here it is, Shoulder the Cry-On by Deedra Patrick, and it begins right now.
Down the back roads where muddy waters meet the air, and all the fears we buried out there somewhere. Lord, I'll never dredge that riverbed. I used to look across the swamplands and wonder where it is. Was always running from the back of his hand.